Hello and welcome back to Unreal Engine 5 Visual Novel and Narrative Game Design online course. In the last lesson we finished with the design of the focus widget, the focus event widget, and in this one we're gonna start with the code. Now, to be more precise, we're gonna start with the script manager code, since we're gonna need some variables that we're gonna use on the widget code. So let's begin with creating a custom event. And let's name it focus event. Now, when we are playing the focus event, this means that our pop-up will pop. We want to play a message also. So first thing, we play message. And second thing is, now here we need some code in the widget. Actually, we need to flip-flop between these two blueprints, the widget blueprint and the script blueprint, because each of them needs something from the other. So let's create a boolean first, a focused active. Let's put this here, and we're gonna need this in the focused event. So first of all, let's play animation. So custom event, play pop animation. And now in this one, we can show an example of the same event going forward and backward the animation. So I got pop, and I'm gonna play animation, and we're gonna connect this here. So whenever we call this, we can define which way the animation should be going. But we're gonna need some more info here. So let's promote this to a variable. We don't have to drag cables around. Drag this variable over here with a getter. And of course we want to set the visibility of, it's called character image. Let's rename this to pop image. It already got it. And set visibility to visible. Since this is hidden from the character, because the character by default is also hidden, and when we copied the widget, it kept this variable. When you copy a widget, it keeps everything. So if you need to do something different, you have to remember. Now, we're gonna also need to, actually, before this would be the correct logical order of operations, would be to set brush from texture and matte size, and connect this here. So we get the dog, the breakfast, or whatever we want from the event. Now, we could put this if valid to do this is valid. So when the image is valid, it changes the texture. When it's not valid, it just keeps whatever it has. Let's tidy up a little bit. This is too many lines for just one node. The way I destroy lines is with pressing Alt and click, and yeah, it's helpful. It disconnects the current two nodes, even if it's between reroutes. Anyway, so now that we have this wonderful function over here, event, let's bind it to something. It does something when it's finished. So bind on animation finished, and I'm gonna copy this animation from there here, pop animation, and create a custom event and say anim finished. Now I'm gonna use this play node over here with a switch. So we can define an action, what to happen when the animation is finished. Right now we're gonna do forward, and I don't think we're gonna need anything else. We're gonna get our script manager reference. Get animation. I haven't compiled. No, I had compiled. Sorry, I'm going ahead of myself. Now, we created the play animation. Let's we're gonna finish this afterwards. So let's finish first the rest that we need on the script, because we need to call them. And go back to the script. So we play a message, we play a focused, we set the focus is active, and now we need to play the animation. I'm gonna get the focused event images because we need to set an image. I'm gonna get from our reference the HUD reference, get the event. I haven't added to the HUD, have I? Yeah. So back on the HUD, we need to do this also. Event, focused event widget, bring it here, and we put it behind fade, because if we fade, we want it to fade also. So I'm gonna anchor it again, offset it correctly to 0, 0. Well, reset the offsets basically. And let's make it. It overlaps a little bit, but I think it's fine. Okay. Compile and save. Make it a variable. Compile and save again. And HUD reference, we get the event pop. Focused event, sorry. And animation. Play pop animation. In this case, we want it to go forward, so we leave it as is. Get this a little bit forward down, and from focused event images, we get a number of it. Now, for this number, we're gonna need a counter. You know what? I'm gonna create a new category on our info variables, like script counter, dialog counter. Now we have a focus event counter. Let's put this in a counter category. I'm gonna move dialog counter here also, and I'm gonna copy paste one of them. It's focused counter, and the new variables, let's move them into info. Focus active should go to states, because it's a state, it's focused is active, so that's a state. Okay, now with our focused counter, let's bring it here, connect it to this, and you know, every time we are doing, we are setting the focus counter, and we are getting the focus counter. We are doing a plus, and we put a 1 here. We increase it by 1. Now, I usually do it this way. There is also another way. That's you just press plus plus if you are gonna increase it by 1, and that also works. Personally, I kind of don't like these nodes. I have some mysterious errors without reason, to be honest, on not compiling, but packaging projects and stuff. I prefer to do it the other way, but this is also valid. Not that it will create a problem in packaging, of course not, but there has been twice situations that when I deleted this node and did it the other way, the game packaged. I have no clue why. Anyway, compile and save. Now, we have, you know what, when we are popping a focused item, maybe it would be better for the background not to fade, but create a blur. So let's go to our fade blueprint, this widget, not blueprint. And since we're using this widget for FX, let's put a blur screen here also. Background blur. I don't have a canvas here. Okay, you know what? Doesn't matter. We can put it on HUD itself. We can put a blur background and let's put it behind, just below background. So let's anchor it to full screen and make it. I think it's it gives something that if you have a focused event and something that pops, make it more focusable to the player. Like this is the important stuff. Don't look at the background right now. Anyway, details, but let's do that. So I added the blur, and I'm gonna make it its visibility. Let's find the visibility. Here we are, and set it to hidden. Compile and save. And on our script, let's get the HUD reference here, make it visible. Get blur. We have to make it a variable. I keep forgetting this. Make it a variable. Compile, save. And blur background. Here it is. And set visibility. Now, if you're really picky and you want some things to happen in order, maybe the message should play after the animation, and you can do many things based on order. Like even the blur could happen in the end of the animation if we wanted to. Like it's completely a design choice. There's no correct way in this. Anyway, let's comment this. Focus event. Compile and save. And I think this is it for this one. In the next one, we're gonna do the end message part of the focused event and finish our what happens when the animation finishes. Thank you very much. Goodbye.